Every time I say welcome, I think of Dave Chappelle when he was doing
Chappelle Show?
Rick James.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's that scene, and I don't know why this scene really sticks out in my head, but he goes, "Welcome to the China Club, a ching ching ching, a ching 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 ching," and every time I say welcome, and and every time I say welcome, I think like that immediately pops in my head.
Drink up, be merry. Welcome to the China Club. A tongue, 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 a tongue, 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 tongue. Sean Murphy! What's up, partner? Darkness, everybody. Everyone, darkness is ready.
Welcome
Hi.
to another episode of Itchy Sweater Podcast. We are your humble servants, Crown and Jewel.
Oof. I don't know if I want to be anything associated with that.
And welcome to another episode. Every time I say welcome, I think of Dave Chappelle when he was doing
Chappelle Show?
Rick James.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's that scene, and I don't know why this scene really sticks out in my head, but he goes, "Welcome to the China Club, a ching ching ching, a ching 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 ching," and every time I say welcome, and every time I say welcome, I think like that immediately pops in my head. Yeah, welcome to the China Club.
My thing that, because I don't think about that with Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear Chappelle's show, I always think of
Not Wayne Brady.
No. I was gonna have to choke a bitch.
Prince?
No, it's the Clayton Bigsby.
Oh, Clayton Bigsby. Yeah. One of his.
They stink, and I hate them. Breathing all the white man's hair.
That was definitely a good character. That was out of left field for sure.
I've watched probably every Chappelle Show episode, and I've watched I think every one of his Netflix specials. At least what's on there.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that I'm not impressed with that man.
Yeah.
That guy. Those are the comedians that I really respect. Are the ones that aren't afraid of backlash on anybody. Him, Carlos Mencia, Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
Him too. He didn't care.
Yeah.
I love when people can just make fun of anything. And Chappelle's the best at it.
I think
don't
he's
care
the
what
smartest.
Anybody says.
I think he's the smartest at it.
He's blacks, whites,
Yeah.
Asians, gays.
Well, the thing is, for me, like there's a difference between having a well-constructed joke as someone who's a comedian,
Yeah.
and just saying BS.
Yeah.
And I think Chappelle is really good at like actually having a constructed joke.
Yes.
Instead of just spouting off grievances.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Because a lot of comedians now just kind of use the stage as grievances, and I'm just like, you're here to be a comedian.
Yeah, be
like,
funny.
at
Come
least-
on.
Yeah, and
I don't need to know your political
at
views.
least care about the material you're talking about.
But like him, he'll just rattle everything off. He's
No,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, whatever.
It's he said it's too easy for him now.
Oh, God.
Remember that in his one of his specials? Yeah. He said I'm going to tell you the punchline, and it's still going to make you laugh. He said the punchline is, and I kicked her in the pussy.
I remember that.
But
But
yeah.
I gotta say, my favorite line of all time from him: "Quack quack, buckshot!" It's like, oh man,
Oh, he shot me.
he shot me, man. Why's your dick out?
But welcome to another episode of Itchy Sweater. It's been it's gonna be a good one, as they all are, right?
Oh man, definitely anytime.
I wanted to start off with something that kind of ruffled our feathers a bit, because
feathers.
both of us are watchers of wrestling,
I
and we gotta. I feel like we gotta talk about it, even though
I'm gonna be mad the whole time.
don't be mad the whole time. We just have to talk about some of the key moments, okay? So probably my least favorite pay-per-view that I'm thinking off the top of my head. If you give me some time, it probably wouldn't be my least favorite. But one of my least favorite pay-per-view events is Crown Jewel in
Yes.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
I think it is always boring. and I really, really, really don't like the fact that the women have to wear basically 3-piece suits while they're wrestling because they're in Saudi Arabia, so they got to cover up like all their skin. So I'm just like
tattoos, skin, everything.
Yeah. Like the only thing you see, like the only thing you can't see is their face and their hands. And I'm just like, and I don't watch women's wrestling because just to look at their bodies.
No.
But it's really distracting when they're wearing like a freaking sweatsuit.
Dude, you know what?
And I'm like,
ugh. You know what it reminds me of?
What?
You remember those like early 2000s, like especially Marilyn Manson, BDSM, leather suits?
Yeah.
That's what all of their suits remind me of, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just disgusting.
And there are certain people like Rhea Ripley who can kind of make it look good because that's her aesthetic.
Kinda, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like to that, it kind of like I get it in that aspect. But when I'm seeing Bianca Belair or Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch coming out there in like long sleeves and like long, I'm like, that's not even your look.
That's not them. What are you doing?
Yeah, it just looks so weird. But yeah, Saudi Arabia, it's the Crown Jewel, in my opinion, is like one of the worst pay-per-views. Now, I want to talk about the main event first, which was LA Knight versus Roman Reigns. What?
I'm trying to figure out what was the one, the greatest Royal Rumble, where they did like a 40-man Royal Rumble. Was that Crown Jewel?
I think it was.
Braun Strowman won this like weird
I think that was
belt.
Crown Jewel.
That is the only time I'll ever enjoy that show.
Yeah.
And they haven't done it since.
No.
Which they should, because Royal Rumbles are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You got nostalgia. You've got storylines being created.
Yep.
You've got, I mean, just to me, a Royal Rumble, not even a Battle Royale. I don't even think Battle Royales are that great. Like the Andre the Giant thing at WrestleMania.
Yeah, pointless
I don't
trophy.
care.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, nobody cares about that
You
match.
can't cash in your trophy to
what
get
is,
a title shot.
What does that do?
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's pointless.
A Royal Rumble, when you don't know, and especially AEW did it amazing. Their first pay-per-view was the casino one.
Yeah.
They did like a deck of cards, and if you had this deck of cards, these 4 people came out at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
I watched that still, even though I know who wins. I've watched that I guess I'm just going to call it Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Probably 10, 15 times.
Because it's exciting.
It's exciting. It's cool to see, you got these people, and this is the problem with WWE, and we've said it before.
Mm-hmm.
You've got these people who will not, I mean, they're amazing in other companies. You don't know about them until they either hit, right now, AEW or WWE.
Yeah.
There's people in the indies that, I mean, look, Daniel Bryan, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Bryan Danielson. I still call him by their WWE names.
He was an indie guy for the longest time. Sami Zayn was El Generico.
Yeah.
He wore a mask.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens was
Kevin Owens.
Steen.
Yep.
Matt Riddle, Keith Lee. Those two, I watched so many clips of them.
Yeah, and Keith Lee was awesome, man.
This guy that you've apparently never heard of, Amazing Red, I am so surprised.
Yeah, I don't know why I've never heard of that person.
He's basically Will Ospreay. He's he's like the American version of Will Ospreay.
Okay.
He flips and twirls and does amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But all these guys, you don't know about them until they hit TV, primetime TV.
Mm-hmm.
Do what everybody else is doing. Bring in New Japan guys. Bring in Ring of Honor guys. If you had you really want this is I don't give a shit who this gets to, except for the people who run. Which I think Ring of Honor and AEW is both Tony Khan.
Yes, same person.
Vince McMahon, Triple H, whoever the hell is out there.
Hopefully not Vince McMahon anymore.
The person that is redoing TNA and bringing it back as TNA.
Yeah.
Not Impact.
Yeah.
And, GCW. Let's go with
New Japan.
Oh, New Japan. Whatever the one that Brock Lesnar and everybody came from, the Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody get together. Once a year, or once every couple of years, say once every 5 years.
Yeah.
We'll make it like the Olympics.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Get everybody together. Get your best people together. Guys and girls. One pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
40 superstars. We'll say that.
Yep.
Get them all together as a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you could.
Yes.
And this is something that we've also talked about when it came to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Since WrestleMania is like the biggest night in wrestling, I think there should be other brands involved in WrestleMania.
It's
WrestleMania. And
yeah.
it's 2 nights already. So fill it up with some other, bring in some guys from AEW. Have MJF start a feud with Kevin Owens.
How many times have we seen a story get pushed into WrestleMania a week before?
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't start Cody and Roman Reigns until
after he won. After Cody won the Royal Rumble.
After that, way after that.
Yeah. Yep.
There was literally no storyline. He would come out and say, I'm gonna beat Roman Reigns. I'm gonna do this story. I'm gonna finish the story for like a month straight. Not even talking to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was nowhere to be.
He wasn't even there.
And then, like a month or two later, finally here.
Yeah, then he addressed it and then said, "Oh, you never won that one."
The month of WrestleMania, he shows up and he's like, "Hey, let's start the storyline now that I'm back."
Exactly.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and we can definitely talk about part timers here too.
But
like,
LA Knight.
LA Knight and Roman Reigns. So me and Mike talked about this, and I think we talked about this too.
How sure were we that was gonna be the one that he lost?
Oh, we knew Roman was not losing that.
Me?
Uh-huh.
I thought. Listen, they want to drop the title to a guy that is so over that is gonna boost your sales.
Okay.
It's got to be LA Knight.
Here's why I knew he wasn't gonna win. For 2 main reasons.
Don't say Cody.
No. Cody has nothing. Well, Cody has something to do with it, but there's nothing to do with this situation. I'm going to tell you about why he didn't drop the title. These 2 reasons have absolutely nothing to do with Cody. The first reason was because I know WWE is stupid, but I don't think they're too stupid to build a championship match for a week and a half before Roman drops the titles.
I didn't think about that.
And also, it's Crown Jewel.
It's not an exciting...
It's not even one of the big 4.
No.
There's no way Roman is going to drop the belt. I don't think he's going to drop it anywhere unless it's WrestleMania. But he's definitely not going to drop it on the pay-per-view that isn't one of the big 4. So
or in the US?
Yeah, like he drops the belts in Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, I knew that wasn't going to happen. Now, here's the stupid thing about it. They did build it for a week and a half. That's the dumb thing. If I would have had more question, even though Saudi Arabia, I still think he's not losing that there. It would at least put a little bit of doubt in my mind as far as if Roman is actually going to retain. If they built it for more than a week and a half. This is a WWE undisputed championship match. LA Knight is probably the most over superstar you currently have in the locker room. You don't do that to him. If you want to have an exciting match, build it. I don't think this match should have even happened. I think you build this match until WrestleMania. I want to see this feud drag out. I want to see The Rock and Stone Cold. I want to see them constantly having to get in each other's face, constantly interfering with each other's matches, constantly doing amazing promos because we know LA Knight's great on the mic, and we know Roman is great on the mic.
Oh, he's amazing.
Roman can cut a promo just by his facial expressions. So I need a story for real, because if you want to actually build a story in a championship match for it to actually feel like it means something, then build it.
That's my problem, though, with WWE is that their storylines haven't made sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they put everything into the last good storyline was Sammy and Roman.
Yeah. That was amazing.
That was the last good storyline.
Yep.
There's nothing going on right now.
And it was absolutely heartbreaking when he lost in Montreal, which he shouldn't have.
Nope.
But
should have won.
I could talk about that for years. But
no, it's very sad because like if it's going to be anyone right now, which now I'm starting to think it's going to be somebody nobody wants.
It's going to be Cody.
I think it's going to be frickin' Damian Priest for some reason.
Oh, that'd be even worse.
I don't want that.
That'd be even worse.
Nobody wants that. Nobody cares that he's...
Talk about somebody who's not the guy.
No, he's not. And they're trying to make a storyline where I'm the leader of the Judgment Day, and we all know it's Rhea Ripley.
We all know it's Rhea. Yeah. We all know it's Mommy.
And they're tag team champions, yeah, but he can't. He is not main event material.
No.
No.
I'd say Damian Priest, for all the work that he has put in, he is still mid card.
He definitely is. But to go after
Roman Reigns,
like Roman,
yeah,
no.
get out of here, bro. Your best bet is Seth. And with that being said,
even then, I think it's Gunther.
yeah.
Or
Gunther's
at this
probably gonna
point,
drop his belt to maybe McIntyre, but I don't know.
And at this point, even if because I don't know the rules on the briefcase now,
Yeah,
because I feel like they've changed. Because I think Austin Theory changed it.
yeah, and I know somebody could just take it. Sami Zayn just snatched it and ran away with it. I'm like, what?
But
you can do that?
My thing is I think Austin Theory cashed in on like Bobby Lashley with the U.S. title or something like that. He didn't try to cash in on anybody else. So are we now cashing in on whatever title we want?
You can cash in on whatever title you want.
Why is it always the World Heavyweight title then?
Well, because that's like the biggest title. But you can cash in on whatever title you want. Because they were talking about, I could do it like with Seth, or I could do it with Roman.
Yeah.
So like you can cash in on whatever title you want. Maybe he actually comes out and, I don't know, surprises. Well, Gunther's on Raw, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, so he wouldn't do that.
Yes, because Logan Paul's on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's cast the
Do it on
US
him.
title. Yeah, I think. Well, here's my other side to what happened in Crown Jewel. Everybody who loses to Roman gets a consolation prize every single time.
So what's LA Knight getting?
I think he gets either the US title or he gets heavyweight Seth title, which I know he's on Raw.
You don't
but
think
I think something happens.
You don't think Intercontinental? You don't think that's the guy that beats Gunther, do you? Because I don't either.
No, I don't either. I think he goes for the US. I think that's his consolation prize. I think that's his consolation belt. And also, I also think that. Yeah, and I think that too because Logan has a little feud with LA Knight. He doesn't like him.
And he's not necessarily a full-time guy.
Yeah. And now that LA Knight is babyface and over, it just gives people something to cheer for even more if he goes for Paul's belt. He's talked trash about Paul. Paul has talked trash about him. They have a little bit of history. So I think his consolation prize is the US belt.
Now, that was another thing is he I honestly didn't think that. I know I said I was rooting for Logan, but I didn't think he was actually going to get it because he's such a part-timer.
Yeah, and I hate that, but I thought he would because I don't think...
Well, that's like giving Bad Bunny the title. He only shows up like twice a year.
Well, in this case, it was Rey Mysterio. And they have this stuff going on in the LWO, and they're trying to build that now, which is what happened with the Brass Knuckles.
Yeah.
So they're trying to... I think they're trying to get Mysterio out of the way. Mysterio, Paul saved Mysterio a couple times in that match.
I saw the backflip that I sent you guys?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so the fact that Mysterio is definitely older, he's kind of, what's the word? Old in the tooth? Is that what it's called? Something in the tooth. I can't remember what it is. But
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But he's older, he's heavier, he's not as, I think they're trying to gracefully push him out.
Push him away.
And I think he's going to have his, farewell tour here soon. So I think that belt needed to change hands, and they were like, okay, we got to get it off of Mysterio. And this also builds feud because Escobar, he wanted the title. So I think that's what's going on there.
And him and Carlito went at it on Friday.
Yes.
And he quit the LWO or something like that.
Yeah. So I think they really needed to get off of Ray, and Logan was just the guy who was there.
Yeah. I don't think he holds it long, honestly.
I don't either. And I think one of the reasons he doesn't hold it long is because, again, he is a part-timer, and the fans really do not want to see another part-timer with a belt.
And you said farewell tour. I'm starting to think there was another one going on that same night. John Cena.
Oh, yeah. He did his job.
Solo.
He did his job. He put Solo. He put a young talent over.
He put a young talent over. Yes.
Yeah.
And Solo's going to be a champion one day.
Oh, for sure.
He's already been NXT champion. For a day.
Yeah. And he's a great wrestler.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, fantastic.
He's awesome. But I think A lot of people would like to see John Cena break Ric Flair's record. Me being one of them, I would really love to see it.
Yeah, and he still got it.
You're going for records this year. Why not go
Why
for
not?
it?
And John Cena clearly is still good in the ring.
He's still
killing it.
Even if he only holds it for a month, I don't care.
Yeah.
Let him break that record.
Why not?
Or is he tying it? Breaking it or tying it? I think he's breaking.
Breaking it. I
think
think.
so.
Yeah.
Yes, because a while ago, what's his name? John Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Hit him with a chair or something like that, so he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
So there's another farewell tour that's really going on, I feel like, in my eyes. I don't want it to.
I think so, yeah.
But now we've also got, speaking of legends, this next pay-per-view is Survivor Series. And we've got a
War Games
going on. I saw something that said instead of 4-on-4, what was the other person that was going to join? Oh, Drew McIntyre would join Judgment Day, and Randy Orton would come back and join the other team. Could be a possibility.
I want to see Rhea get RKO'd.
Dude, and if it's anybody, it's going to be him to her. Like, if there's...
I think that'd be hilarious. I remember he did it to. I remember he did it to Nia Jax, and that was when also she got like I think Mysterio gave her a 619, and then was it who else hit her with something? Was it AJ? Somebody else hit her with something.
It was a Royal Rumble moment.
Yeah, and then Randy hit her with the RKO out of nowhere after that because he missed it. He got pushed off the first time.
Yeah,
but I would love to see Randy come back and that to be the situation. That'd be fun. I think that'd be a good time.
I would just want to see some.
I hear voices in my head.
God.
Like, you know how big the pop would be?
Could you imagine the pop? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
But yeah, Crown Jewel sucked. Survivor Series, hopefully it's better. I am liking that there's general managers on each show now, like clear general managers.
Yeah,
because we didn't know what Adam Pearce really was.
Yeah, there's rumors that we're going to get another SmackDown versus Raw.
I like that.
Yeah.
And especially if we can get something going like the 3-way NXT thing, I don't mind that as well.
That would be cool.
Because, I mean, what? Roman versus Seth versus Isla Dragunov?
Oh, yeah, Dragunov, yeah.
Versus
I think
that would be insane.
And Dragunov's going to be a beast, dude. I want to see him on the main card so bad.
Well, and then right now, this is the kind of shitty one that we got, but Gunther versus Logan Paul versus Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio, yeah.
That match doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
But
speaking of which, the UFC match last night, Logan Paul was there with the U.S. title.
I saw that.
And you see a phone. It said, I think it said, "Hello, Dominic Mysterio," or something like that. Like,
oh my god, he had one that said, I don't think it was there. I think it was somewhere else. Had one that said, Francis Ngannou got robbed.
Yeah, he's been carrying that belt everywhere. And by the way, the UFC matches last night, really good.
I just saw the endings of the two main.
Oh, they were so good. Yeah, it was good stuff. But yeah, I feel like that would be good. And there was also something else I wanted to talk about. Oh,
Kairi Sane coming back?
Yeah, she came back, and nobody cared.
Yeah. Nobody.
Well, also here's the thing: when you're in Saudi Arabia, that's not the place to do that.
No.
The women's matches.
I
didn't even know people were there.
No. If you were here's what I would have done. I'd be Triple H right now.
Yeah.
I'd call up whoever runs the Tokyo Dome. Hey, we want to have a match over there. Kairi Sane's coming back then.
Yeah.
She was big over there.
Yeah. And
that place would go nuts.
Yes. And you do that in front of a home crowd.
Yeah,
like
her home crowd.
Yeah, you either do that her home crowd or you do it in the States. Yeah. Because they don't care.
It's women coming back in a man's country that don't care about women. You know what I'm trying to say?
Because I thought it was cool. I talked to Mike. Mike thought it was cool. It was cool. It's cool. But you did it in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And the crowd was just dead for the women's matches.
They didn't do it.
They did not give a shit. So it did like there was a lot of matches where I was just like, wow, this crowd is
The-
absolutely awful. And the only time they really came awake was for LA Knight and Roman. Mm-hmm. I was just like, man, this crowd kind of sucks.
Yeah, no, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest venue.
Yeah.
For really anything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the first one, it was they showcased that guy Mansoor
Yeah.
that came from there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they even showcased Sammy at one point because of
Yeah.
his religious beliefs.
Yeah, and Sammy got a little bit of a pop when he came out in his like traditional garb.
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, they tried with that. It's just
There's just not much to do out there.
No.
I mean, I'm not trying to say it's the whole race thing, but I mean, you're picking matches that nobody gives a crap about.
yeah.
Granted, they cared about Roman
Mm-hmm.
and LA Knight, but that was it.
I think when you try to cater to a specific audience, you alienate so many other people.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we know there's nothing here. We know come Monday and Friday, none of this is gonna matter. So like, it's just like when you cater anyway, we know we're gonna get a promo from LA Knight Friday.
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that good stuff. But it's like.
Why?
Yeah, like this, none of this, like when you do the whole like people from that country or have that like heritage or whatever, it's like these matches are just for that.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. They have no weight. So
It's just I feel like it's a WWE trying to cater to
They're
Saudi
pandering.
for money.
yeah, of course.
That's all it is.
Oh yeah, because they give them a stack every time they do a show there. So it's a lot of money.
Wasn't great.
And the money talks in that situation, and the storylines and performances
It
suffer.
was just horrible.
So, but yeah, it's just very, 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 very mid to lower pay-per-view. But I have given you a stipulation that is
thought this whole time.
that seems to be running you wild. So, me and my partner Kiera, we had a day. We didn't even plan this out; it just kind of happened. We asked each other what our perfect movies are, and took like a second and she put on Stand By Me. Yeah.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that was one of her perfect movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I put on Pulp Fiction
Oh,
because, in my opinion, that's another perfect film. So we watched those two movies, and another perfect film, in her opinion, is Kill Bill. We almost started to watch that, but then we fell asleep. So because it was just like a long day and we were just tired. But
okay.
yeah, that's another version of her perfect movie. Now, a perfect movie is, when I say perfect, I mean perfect to you, because in my opinion, there are no perfect movies actually. So my opinion, like my type of perfect movie is Pulp Fiction, because that's one of my favorite, if not my favorite movies. Jurassic Park, not just because of my love of dinosaurs, but also I think Jurassic Park is a perfect film. Like the first Jurassic Park, absolutely amazing in my opinion.
Okay.
And I could probably think of another one. I think 1917 is a perfect movie. Like these movies to me are perfect. Do they have flaws? If you were to look at them multiple times, like I have, sure, definitely. But those, in my opinion, are perfect movies. And then my type of what I judge them on is, are there any wasted frames? Those three movies that I
Well, I can't tell you that.
well, sure, but I'm just saying, to me, like what I'm thinking about as a perfect movie for me, one thing I'm thinking about is, are there wasted frames? And in those three movies that I listed, I don't think there's any wasted frames. I think every scene, every line of dialogue, everything makes sense, and it has to be in that movie, because if it's taken out of that movie, there might be something missing. So to me, those three, and probably some more if I really thought about it, are perfect movies, because there is absolutely nothing that I would take away in those movies or add.
So my issue with this is, like you said, there is no perfect movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's no movie that's perfect. You can say it's perfect all day long,
Oh, sure.
but somebody's going to figure out a flaw with it.
Oh, yeah. Technically, there is no perfect movies.
So I will go with my favorites.
Okay.
Movies that I can honestly say, like, what I'll base it off of is like imagery.
Okay.
What made me go, whoa, like that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
1917, obviously.
For sure.
Amazing film. I mean, you got basically one shot going throughout the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like a camera following them for, 100 miles or so, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yep.
The color
The
in
only
it,
time that it cuts, in my opinion, are twice. But
when he passes out.
when it like it passes a column, there's two times in the movie where the camera goes behind something dark for a while and then comes back to light. I feel like they cut those times.
I think that scene, it's like the very last scene right before he makes it to the camp.
Mm-hmm.
I think there it cuts somewhere.
Okay.
But great movie. I mean, the colors and sound and everything was just terrific. I mean, by God, amazing. One that's kind of biased to me was the oh God, I just had the name in my head. Now I'm blanking. The King's Man.
Oh.
The third one they made?
Yeah.
The third one.
Yeah.
About the prequel.
Yeah.
Especially with that whole scene where they're in the trenches fighting Nazis. Like,
Interesting.
insane. I loved all the color. I loved the sound, imagery. Just looked really cool. One that I kind of thought about today when you asked me that is the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I think a lot of people would agree with you on that one.
I'm not a fan of sitting down and watching 3-hour movies.
Yeah, they are long.
And like I do, I have to break it up. I
Yeah.
can't, especially that one. Can't do it.
Yeah, I still don't know how you do that.
Lots of practice, my friend. Very, very detailed. Some of the shots for the scenery in the mountains, in the wastelands. What's the one where the elf temple or whatever it is, where it's all green? And, I mean, majority of it's CGI for sure, and they color enhance shit.
Yeah.
But
Very good job, though.
it was amazing. Like, a lot of the scenes were very colorful. Even the like, what was the war? You can tell how much of a fan I am. The world where the orcs come from. That whole thing where they come up out of the earth and they're like coming to fight the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
The colors of the fire and everything, just so vibrant.
It's very visually striking.
But those three come to mind. I mean, I could say my favorite drama is The Green Book. I loved The Green Book. And maybe it's just the story, but I loved The Green Book. What's the I mean, I could keep going with war movies. Saving Private Ryan. The whole.
I think Saving Private Ryan is definitely a perfect movie.
I like I said, I keep going off of colors.
Yeah.
And like the scenery.
Yeah.
The fact that they actually got that area to film, and the nasty, like all the blown up buildings and just the weather and everything, just everything mixed together perfect.
It makes you feel a really good thing that Saving Private Ryan does that a really good war movie I feel like needs to do. It makes you feel like you're there. And like it's like you can smell the air, you can feel the atmosphere. It's like you can feel what's around you.
Watch that movie on a day like this. I had to make sure. Where it's cloudy and gloomy, even when it's rainy.
Yeah.
And you get to that part where the sniper is. I mean, I can feel it. Like, even the D-Day invasion.
Yeah, like when they were just storming the beach.
On Omaha Beach.
Like, oh my God. Like, how they were getting picked up before they even hit ground.
Exactly.
Like, that place was just like, they knew they were going to die.
Like, where the camera's shots going through each person's face, like watching them prepare. And kind of backing through, like starts at the back and moves all the way back to the front of the boat.
Yep.
Well, looking at everybody's face, like, you know what's going to happen.
People shaking, people like saying their prayers already.
Throwing up. Like, just that whole thing was amazing.
When you start hearing bullets like whiz by, like you can hear the bullet like.
And I'll stick on the same subject. I'll say Fury.
Fury was heartbreaking.
Fury
made me mad.
Is a very visually amazing film.
Yeah, and it's not like something that I really like about that film, even though it kind of it pissed me off for the good reasons, for like a reason the movie was trying to piss me off for, but it's also it also doesn't have like a happy ending, like a hero's ending. Like it's bleak,
and I mean
it's very bad.
1917,
same thing. Yeah, yep.
I mean,
but we kind of know what happened in the end there.
Yeah.
But
I stick with the war movies because a lot of war movies they have that like that historical factor. It was over there. It was a bad time for everybody. Grungy, really, just everybody hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll even go with another war series with Band of Brothers. I mean, if you ever watched the whole series of Band of Brothers, it's very visually as well. Even what's the one after it? The Pacific,
yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But a perfect movie isn't just visual. I mean, obviously you can go film and turn up colors and everything.
Yeah.
Gotta have a good storyline.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have everything put together. But you spouting that on top of me today, I'm like, I can't I can't find a movie that is just perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's why. Yeah, and I don't think there is a movie.
Mm-mm.
And again, when it comes to technically, none of it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I have like things that I think are perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and that I like to ask what other people think a perfect movie is for, or is, and why, because their type of perfect is not my type of perfect.
Exactly.
So that's why Kiera had Stand By Me, and mine was, Pulp Fiction. Like, because they're perfect. That's a perfect movie for their reasons, and I have my perfect movie for my reasons. So it's just like,
when you ask me that question, because I know you like Pulp Fiction, because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
But when I think, okay, what's Derek's favorite movie? First thing I think of is, okay, what horror film does Derek like the most? Because I know you're a big horror movie fan.
Yep.
Like, huge horror movie fan.
Hereditary is a perfect horror movie, in my opinion.
Scared the fuck out of me, dude. Fuck.
It's so good.
Just banging her head on the attic door scared the shit out of me.
It's so good. It's such a good movie.
But I mean, that was the first thing I thought of, and I'm like, okay, well, how would he be able to come at me, saying, okay, because I love war movies, that's not his thing. He's gonna say, oh, that's not a perfect movie, and we both have our opinions on it.
Yeah.
So then, I'm trying to think, okay, what's my favorite drama? Probably The Green Book. Absolutely just phenomenal movie. And I know I'm missing movies. Right now my head is just spinning. I'm like, what movie?
Yeah.
That's definitely a get back to me in a week kind of thing.
And also too, you're listing different genres. So that matters too.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but that matters too, because
like I could
Hereditary to me is a perfect horror movie.
Oh, fuck.
Pulp Fiction is a perfect movie in general.
It's a cult classic movie,
yeah, it's like it's a drama. Yeah, and it's like non-linear story driven, dialogue driven movie. And then you have Jurassic Park, which is a perfect movie to me, which is sci-fi horror. So there's different genres
That's sci-fi?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Because they're dinosaurs, like genetically modified dinosaurs, so it's science fiction.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Michael Crichton's book is even deeper into the sci-fi horror aspect of it than the movie is. So if you ever read Jurassic Park the novel, it's 100% sci-fi horror. So
and I mean, like you say, I'm listing other genres. I could go with John Wick 4. One of the most badass movies.
No wasted frames.
It was a perfect badass movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably one of the best, just shoot 'em up films
movies
I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not huge into love movies. A movie I really enjoyed was what's the one with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling?
The Good Guys?
The Good Guys.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie.
I was pleasantly surprised by that movie. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was.
And then sticking with 70s movies, Oh my gosh, you ginger-haired fuck that one.
No, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Loved it.
Yeah, which is another Tarantino film.
Loved it.
Yep.
I mean, Tarantino's definitely got an eye.
Mm-hmm.
And like who's the guy that did Lord of the Rings? Is it J.J. Abrams? Or did he write
Tolkien.
it?
Well, no, Tolkien
J.R.
wrote it.
J.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, I think he had something to do with the movies, but the person who
was Tolkien.
directed them, no, he was a New Zealand guy. I can't remember his name.
Tolkien wrote him. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a New Zealand. I can't remember his name.
I mean, he can. Hey, turn up the brightness on that. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's. If I that's a tough question, Derek. You really stumping me on this.
That's kind of what it's supposed. Peter Jackson. That's
Peter
the guy.
Jackson. Yes.
I was like, New Zealand.
I didn't know he was from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that's kind of what the question is designed for, because to me that's a hard question. But
really
also
is.
there's some go-tos that I know, like if somebody asks me like, oh hey, like what's your perfect movie? I know there's two that are automatically gonna come out of my mouth, which is Pulp Fiction and Jurassic Park. Those are the two that I know to me are perfect.
Which Jurassic Park?
The very first one.
Okay.
Yeah. To me that's a perfect film. Now the Jurassic Park, The Lost World, which is the second one, and Jurassic Park 3, I think are actually solid. I think they get way more hate than they deserve, especially the second one. I think that the second movie is close.
Oh, with Jeff Goldblum?
Yes.
Wow.
I think that movie had a lot of really, really, really good moments. There are some things that kind of take it away though. There's but only 2 scenes.
Yeah.
And it takes a great or a perfect movie and it puts it down into a solid or really enjoyable movie. And both the last 2 Jurassic Parks do that for me. Jurassic World to me is just an absolute tragedy.
I've got 2 I just thought of.
What's that?
Django.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking another
Tarantino movie.
And The Harder We Fall. Or Harder They Fall?
The Harder They Fall.
They Fall.
That's a good movie.
That was really good.
And I probably need to watch that again too, because I know
you know what?
love. You can even go westerns.
Let's stick with
because I love westerns.
Let's stick with Black Cowboys.
Yeah.
Magnificent Seven, the remake.
Yeah, you could. That's
Dude,
a good one.
And it's crazy because I've told Derek this before. All my favorite Western movies are Black Cowboys. I don't know why, but it's just they're.
It was just a swag that they bring to the.
Maybe.
Yeah, to the.
Because Jamie Foxx's Django was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, but I can picture him. The guy that played the main character in The Harder They Fall.
Jonathan Majors.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He was in what's the movie? Is it Devotion?
The
Black Pilot?
Think so, and also he was in Lovecraft Country.
And then Creed 3.
Creed 3, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's done amazing in each one of those.
Oh, yeah, he's a really
good
actor.
Denzel. Oh, by the way, you told me to tell you about this.
Mm-hmm.
Equalizer 3.
Oh, how is it? Good?
I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool.
You know how many days it took me?
3?
5.
Oh, God! I could never!
You got to think, though, I have kids.
True, but even then, I would have to just find a day. I couldn't. If I have to stop a movie, I have to start it over. I have to start it over.
There's another series, the Equalizer films.
Yeah.
Even the second one, I thought the second one was probably the best.
Do you think they're perfect though?
I think
to
they're amazing to me.
Okay.
I think,
but are they perfect to you?
Oh, nothing's perfect.
Well, you said there's some films that you think are perfect.
No, I think that they're amazing.
Okay.
I don't think they're perfect.
Do you think 1917 is perfect?
I think it's amazing. Because there's no perfect film.
All right.
But I guess maybe, I don't know. I'm just rattling off movies that I absolutely love and would not mind watching right now this second.
I tell you what. All the films that you enjoy are amazing. Mm-hmm. I know that there are 2 movies, even if you don't say that they're perfect, I know that they're perfect to you. 1917 and Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
I know those movies to you are perfect, even if you don't say that they are.
Phenomenal.
But I just wanted to...
In my head, they are perfect. Yes. Okay, I'll give them that. Yes. But going with different genres, like you said,
yeah,
those other movies, to me, are so amazing.
Yeah. And again, it's all subjective too.
Exactly.
Because I like Oculus. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I like the horror movie Oculus. Krista hates it.
Never heard of it.
Well, she watched it again. She said it's actually okay.
Krista Bean.
Yeah.
Krista Bean.
But shout out
Bean.
Krista. She actually rewatched it and said it was actually okay.
I'm gonna have to watch that
but
one.
I remember I was like, dude, Oculus is so good. You got to rewatch Oculus. She's like, Bean, it sucked. And I'm like, no, it's actually pretty good.
I'll have to watch that
But
one.
she rewatched it and she said it was all good. But yeah, like it's all just I could say Jurassic Park is my perfect movie, and someone could go, that is awful. There's nothing good. There's
I'm just
nothing
not saying
good about.
anything.
Oh yeah, I know. But like the people who could like look at me and go, "You're absolutely insane to think that," and that's fine. I like to know what people's
Yes.
personal perfect movies are.
Yes.
Not even favorites, perfects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're definitely they're.
Krista, her perfect movie is Titanic. I know that for a fact. That's one of her perfect movies. She absolutely loves Titanic.
That's a very scenic, very colorful, vibrant as well.
Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of like, it's good, you know. So it's like
It's a
it's
decent movie.
yeah, it's 100% up to the person who says that is my perfect movie or these are my perfect movies. And I like to know that because I like to know people's motivation and like what they really look for in film. It just makes me, I'm just interested. I'm curious.
Nice,
But
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, 1917, Saving Private Ryan.
absolutely.
What are your guys' favorite movies? If you are a true fan, or
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind telling us, hit us on our Facebook or Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Even our YouTube, and just comment. You know, maybe there's movies that we haven't seen out there or we didn't think of
Yeah.
that you guys would say are perfect.
And while you're at it, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and don't put like Mean Girls or
I mean, that's my perfect movie. That's what
that
it is.
movie's fucking stupid.
But while you're at it, remember to like, share, subscribe, follow, and rate on top of those comments. And podcast?
Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.